Okay, good day, everybody. So, welcome again to our SanduBox event seminar. Woo! So, this is the last day of our seminar. Aww. And it has been a wonderful 3 days. And we hope that you guys are having a blast and really learning a lot through the seminars we're having today. And here, right by my side, is no other than superstar host, Caston!
Hi, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SanduBox. Today, Hotshot CEO of Thriving Companies this 2020 will join us in a fun, relaxed, chill space and answer our questions. And not just that, may also give us some tips about business. Let's not wait any longer, shall we? Allow me and my partner, Popstar host Jed, to present to you our lovely guests.
Exactly. Thank you so much for that, Caston. So right now, for our amazing panelists of judges, we have our first panelist, who's no other than Katniss Akapuno, who is a CEO of Akakalat Entertainment and has recently signed to the cast of Pitch Perfect. Well, no, let's welcome no other than acapella champion Katniss Akapuno.
Hello, hi everyone.
Hello, good day to you, Miss Katniss Akapuno.
Thank you, Miss Katniss. Next up is from Europe. He's a big shot fashion designer that worked big celebrities like James Reid, Kendall Jenner, Gigi Hadid, and Mimi Ya.
Wow.
Please welcome Timothy Vito.
Hello.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hello, good day, Mr. Timothy.
Thank you for
Okay.
being here.
Yes.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yes, thank you so much. We're so honored with your presence. Ooh. Okay, now let's welcome our next panelist of judge, and he is an amazing person. I think many of you already know. He's actually the new Chad main ambassador who recently starred in 2 major blockbuster films with the very own Angelina Jolie, Nadine Lustre, and Will Smith. And he is no other than, right? Amazing. He's no other than Hanji Good Boy.
So good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm very happy that you've come here today.
Yes, and we are glad that you are here today also, Mr. Hanji Good Boy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, actually, this show is all about a very important business strategy,
Mhm.
or what I say, teamwork strategy called the adaptive structuration theory. And our CEOs here are using this theory or strategy in managing their team. Now, actually, we have here attendees from different sides of the Philippines to ask questions from our CEOs. Are you ready? See our lovely guests?
Yes, I hear them ready.
Woo!
More than ready, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We love it. Thank you so much for the enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. All right, so now let's call on our first attendee. So this attendee is named Yemily and Paris. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
And let's not cut it any more longer. Let's see her introduce and ask the question that she's about to ask.
Bonjour! Hi, my name is Emily and Paris, and I am from Dubai. So here's my question for the panelists. What is the main concept of adaptation structuration theory?
All right, thank you for that question. And now we'll hear from our lovely guest. And the person answering this question is Miss Katniss from Akakalat Entertainment.
Yeah.
Hello once again. So to answer your question, what are the main concepts of adaptive structuration theory? So this will be kind of long, but I will make it as short as possible. Okay, so
Ooh.
first, this theory sees groups and organizations as systems that have observable patterns of relationships, then determines how these patterns of relationships are formed, which creates the structure. So you see it like this. Diba you belong in your own group of friends, and all of you, meron kayong kanya-kanyang unique personality. But somehow, you develop a certain way on meeting halfway. Or maybe there's always someone in your group na influential na parang nakaka-influence ang opinion nyo. And then, may nabubuo kayong rules within a group. This theory studies the process of the group's decision-making that leads to how they achieve their goal. Now, to connect to how AST studies the interactions of groups with technology, because yun yung isang main concept niya, I'll give you an example using GDSS or Group Decision Support System. So ano muna yung GDSS? This is a software or a computer-based tool kung saan each person in a group meeting is provided by a computer. So you're in a group, you're given a computer, tapos yung computer na yun, meron yung mga software like may electronic questionnaires, may brainstorming tools. And those computers are connected to each other. And they are all connected to the facilitator and the main server. Now, let's say na there are two groups. Group 1 had a member na, alam mo yung nangunguna and nag-uutos sa members, there's always that one person in a group. And then, because of that, there were other members na nag-agree and disagree. Siyempre, we have different views after all. Kaya not everyone will agree to what you have to say. Let's say na they're presented with a problem and they eventually came up with a solution. So, group 1, hindi nila yun natapos agad because meron silang conflict in their group. Si group 2 naman, they only had few arguments na kaya mabilis nilang naayos. So, they spent more time on the given task. Now, I will not talk about the specifics about the problem that they were given, but instead, I will talk about how they handled or how they achieve their goal. Una, so bakit hindi parehas ang approach ng two groups? Because they had different appropriation moves. Ano yung appropriation moves? So what is appropriation moves? This is how a group will use the structure, define it or relate it. These are the factors that affect appropriation. Pero ang i-mention ko lang are factors seen sa groups 1 and 2 para specific tayo. First is how members interact with each other, which is evident sa group 1 na mayroong leader-ish na member. The attitude of this person affected their group work kaya hindi nila agad natapos. Sa group 2 is yung degree to which members agree on what should be done or appropriated. Kahit na may uncertainty, they were able to work smoothly since there was an equal participation rather than domination, unlike sa group 1. Now, see how the two groups were presented with the same technology, same problem, but they differed in their efforts. Yun yung focus ng AST, the process that took place, which makes inside the group, inside the decision making, which also makes it a good model to study how new media penetrates the society and how the society utilizes it today.
Wow, that's actually very well
Yeah.
informed. I think Emily's answers was answered through all that. I think more than answered.
Very
right,
well answered. Yes, I know, right? I feel very overwhelmed about
Thank
that.
you.
Miss Kat,
Yes.
she was very on point. I'm so amazed.
Yes,
Even if it
I'm
goes,
shocked.
yeah, very, very informative.
Thank you
Well-
so much for that.
Thank you, Miss Katniss. Well, let's see and meet another attendee for tonight.
Yeah.
And a question, a question coming from a fashion line owner with skincare, and now he's transitioning to an underwear company. Okay,
Ooh.
let's meet Mr. Korichiwa.
Hello, I'm Mr. Kurichua and I'm a businessman. My former business is fashion line with care, but now I'm transitioning to an underwear business. Yes, underwear business. I would like to ask all the panelists, how can a businessman in the fashion industry apply these theories well?
Thank you for that, Mr. Korichiwa. It seems that the person, CEO answering this question is a big fashion company designer, Mr.
Yeah.
Timothy Vito.
Right. So thank you for that question. I've been in the industry for quite a while now. I've worked for Mason Margiela as a pillar in the creative team for about 10 years. And I have to say, I can observe the structures. Designing a piece is like 90% group effort. I always consult to my team and the creative director, John Galliano. a vital task of mine is to manage the flow. So having good relationships with your team is key to developing influence, at least in my case. We also have to point out that in order for people to respect you in the field, you must set boundaries like rules. So I'm telling you, bosses like Miranda Priestley are not far from reality. As far as technology goes, it comes down to their importance in a team. For example, we have communication sectors handling the endorsements. We cherry pick celebrities and influencers, I hate that word, to represent the brand to social media. The beauty of it lies in the visibility of the brand. It shifts the perception of the consumers, making Margiela the different brand, enticing the consumers to embrace individuality. And I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Mr. Timothy. That was very stylish, like you're
Yes.
yeah, like the brand.
Yes.
Speaks
I
like
like
the
how you
brand.
spice it up also with some pop culture references.
Indeed.
I know.
Mr. Timothy, I would just like
Yes.
to emphasize on what you said. Can you repeat what word is that you hated? You mentioned earlier that you hate
Oh,
this word. What was it and why?
influencers. I think it's loosely used. Like a lot of people use the word influencers to describe themselves when in fact, what are they influencing? Some of them are doing bad things.
Ooh, yes. Thank you so much for that wonderful answer again, Mr. Timothy. And now we're gonna introduce our next attendee who will be asking a question to our panel who are here today, panel of CEOs, and she is no other than Dalmi Shan.
안녕하세요. My name is Damisha.
tingin mo dyan eh. Gusto mo na yun? Lo, asa ka na eh?
And I'm a retired TikTok artist.
Kahit ka na. Sino may pupo dyan eh? Wala na yun. Saru, sakit mo ng jangkuru. Kumain ako na bihol ng sausaw mo na sa tulgit eh.
Okay. Tapos na yun. Hindi ko po pinili yung buhay na yun. Anyway, wala na po siya. Tapos na po yung phase na yun ng buhay ko. I am now a CEO. I mean, I am starting up my own business and I would like to ask some advice from all the panelists we have here today. So yeah. My question is, what advice would you give to a starting CEO, like me, who provides solutions to help aid and educate young students to understand them better?
Wow. Okay, so her story is actually pretty amazing, and that's a creative video. So now let's ask the panel of judges who want to answer her question. Please do answer it right now.
Alam mo, Dalmatian, one time I had an opportunity to talk about life with Miss Angelina Jolie. My perspective was different before. I thought na I just have to live my life for my own sake. I don't care about other people. I was selfish. But then again, sinabi niya sa akin na her mother once said na nothing would mean anything if I didn't live a life of use to others. At first, I didn't know what she meant, but she said that every one of us now is so fortunate, having a roof to shelter us and some food to eat. Ikaw, Dalmatian, you are very fortunate as a starting CEO. You already have the opportunity to amplify your voice, and also even before, with the use of TikTok as platform to express yourself and to influence the younger generations. Sabi pa nga sa akin ni Miss Angelina, there's someone out there who are just like us, who are just like you and me, with the same abilities and the same desires, same work ethics, probably mas better pa sa ating dalawa. Kaso nasa lansangan lang sila and wala silang boses at oportunidad. Those words struck me to my core. So my advice for you is that I want you to never stop pursuing your calling, and that is to be a service for other people. Don't be discouraged sa mga challenges or sa mga maaari mong marinig na sasabihin ng iba. Please do the best you can with this life to be of use to others. Do this for them, to educate the youth, that will sooner give them an opportunity to live a better life.
Aww.
I like that message is so touching. Wow.
No, for me it was very inspiring,
It's inspiring
and
too.
humbling, yes.
Iyak
It
na
was
ako.
real. even though he mentioned, Sir Haji mentioned that he interviewed personally Angelina Jolie. Wow, that's
Mhm.
it's those
So
words,
exciting. Mhm.
Wow, it's very. We're very grateful, Mr. Haji, that you were here to share that with us, share that story with all of us.
Yes.
Now we have a question from A Stocks Highly Investing in Wives. Ladies and gentlemen, a question from Sir Lee Jungjong.
Hi, I am,
Lee Jungjong.
and as you may know, I am one of the biggest shareholder for the best wet wipes in the country. And my question is, how can a single person influence structures in society and in organizations? That's it. Thank you.
Whoa, thank you so much for that wonderful question, Mr. Lee Jung Jung.
Yes, and it is a special question because at this point in time, all of our lovely CEOs will answer that question. Let's begin
Yes.
with Miss Katniss.
Okay, I'm so excited.
So your question is, can a single person influence structures in society and in organizations? My answer is yes, definitely. We can use it through AST. One is able to see how a single person can influence the choices or decisions of everyone in the group, as I've said earlier. Kaya AST also suggests possibilities for how members can be more influential, more than they think that they are capable of. Since meron sa isang group, merong mga members na parang they just, ang default nila is sumunod lang. But no, AST suggests na everyone can be influential. Pero, since we are talking about structures, one becomes influential if they are the first to bravely speak in a group, diba? But of course, personal attributes matter. So, kung wala namang kwenta yung sinabi mo, eh di wala din.
Alam mo, Mr. Lee Jungjong, I can attest to your question. As a CHED ambassador, I can say na an individual can truly influence structures. Katulad ko, it is my duty to become an image of strength, courage, and wisdom, especially in times like this. I always ensure to contribute for the production of locally responsive, innovative, and globally competitive graduates and lifelong learners. For an instance, this platform gave me an opportunity to speak for those who cannot. Recently, we, the Commission on Higher Education, became a part of the observance of the 18th day campaign to end violence against women. Through that, I had a chance to influence, promote, and support advocacy that is all about the grave violation of human rights and fundamental freedoms. My own voice was and can still be used to instill protection for survivors and victims of violence in our society. Furthermore, to initially push for laws in our governmental organizations and the establishment of institutional mechanisms to address violence against women. So yun lang. Thank you.
Yeah, it depends on how good the person is in communicating. But overall, if you're leadership material, then you can actually achieve it.
Thank you, Sir Timothy, for that very on point answer. On that note, I'd like to ask also, because I'm quite interested when you said that, yes, that a single person can influence structures in society, and you said it depends on the communication. Can you share with us how you communicate with your staff? Is there something, an attitude in communicating that you specifically use in your organization?
Maybe direct talk. If I can provide direct constructive criticism to their products, then that's an example for that. Because if you're not going to be direct, especially in this industry, then there won't be any progress.
Yes, that is true. Wow, we have learned a lot from that. All right. I think this is a very intellectual and yet relaxed and yet chill and full of surprises.
Yes, definitely.
Yes,
I
a
think
talk
it's a
show.
day full of insights, and it's really inspiring and
Me
great
too,
to hear,
you
right?
know?
Right? I feel
From
so
our hotshot CEOs, in here in our talk show right now.
right.
Yes, and I think that is a very wonderful note to end our talk show full of fun and insights and trivia from our very own lovely guests.
Yes, and do you know what's also wonderful is that they don't just the audience right now who are watching this right now, they don't actually just get a wonderful insights from these panel of judges, but they also have a few more surprises coming up your way. So if you
Wow.
guys are watching right now, please check under your seats and you'll see keys to your own brand new car and house and lot. Woo! Yeah, so this is it's just a small token of appreciation for you guys to watch our video. And we really hope you enjoyed the SanduBox seminar
And the box.
past 3 days.
Indeed. Once again, this is your host, Popstar Caston.
And this is your host, Popstar host Jet.
Yes,
Signing
and goodbye.
Bye, God bless.
Bye, everyone. Mwah, mwah, mwah.